What's up, guys? Thanks for watching. Today we're going to be changing a rear tire on our TW200. The process for this has actually been unchanged since the bike came out in 1987. So let's get into it. All right, so some simple tools you're gonna need to do the job is a 12, 19 end wrench, 22 socket, breaker bar, torque wrench, an adapter. Then you need a tool to break the bead, tire irons. We have our core removal tool, bead lifter, our bead tool, rim guards, and just in case you need them, we have our rim strip and a tube. The other thing you're gonna wanna have is a tire changing stand. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is go ahead and remove your rear brake line. You're gonna do this by adding a little bit of pressure to this lever here and then removing the wing nut. All right, and then one thing I like to do to avoid losing this is I'll go ahead and set that on the rod there and then thread the wing nut back on to place. Next, I'm going to take my 19 end wrench for the sprocket side of the bike. Then I got my 22 socket to remove the axle nut. All right, now that nut's removed, we're going to go ahead and remove the axle. You're going to slide your wheel forward and then reach in and remove your chain from the sprocket. And then you can rest your chain there on the swing arm. Now you're going to go ahead and slide your wheel out the back of the swing arm. Then you can go ahead and remove the drum and remove your wheel spacer. All right, moving over to the tire stand. I'm gonna go ahead and set it on, and then we'll remove our valve core. Then I'm gonna take my number 12 end wrench and loosen up the valve stem nut. So for this step, there are a couple different ways to do it, but today we're gonna be using the Motion Pro Heavy Duty Bead Pro tools to break the bead off the rim. So to do that, we're gonna use this first iron and put it securely under that lip of the rim, and then squeeze these together. And it might take a couple attempts to get it fully off the rim. You can see that pop down, and then I like to just push down, flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. And then today we're going to be using our Tusk rim protectors. Now I do like to work at about quarter turn from the valve stem, just to make sure that we're not putting extra pressure on the valve stem. To get started, I'll start on one side here and just put a little bit of tension, and I want to make sure that the tire is dropping down into the drop center on the opposite side I'm working. You can see it is doing that. So I'll go ahead and take my second bite. The reason I use those rim protectors on the where I'm first starting to pull the tire off is that's where there's the most pressure with the tire iron with the rim. So once you've got that first quarter of the tire off, you're good to go ahead and just spoon the rest of the tire without the rim guards. Now you'll go ahead and remove the tube. So then at this point, I like to pull the tire up and then fish that iron down and then grab the bead from the inside. I'll just mention the reason why we're doing it this way instead of like a normal dirt bike tire or how I normally do a dirt bike tire is the rim is so wide that if you removed it how I normally do on a dirt bike, it will get wedged and stuck as you try and pull the rim out. So I like to do it this way just for ease of removal. So you can feel it start to loosen up, and then you should be good to just go ahead and pull it off. All right, next what we are going to want to do is to check the rim band. And that's that rubber piece here to see if any of the spoke nipples have ripped through. And it looks like this one is good. Another thing you want to do is just to make sure that it's centered over the spoke nipples as well, because this protects your tube from any damage that way. And this one looks pretty good, so we're going to go ahead and reuse it. I'm just going to clean up some of this rust, and then we're good to go ahead and put the new tire on. So next thing we're going to do is inspect our tube. And as you can see, like right here, we got some pretty good deposit of rust on the tube itself. And then the valve stem has quite a bit of rust and corrosion on it also. So just for preventative maintenance, we're gonna go ahead and replace this tube. So we got a new tube. We're just gonna go ahead and put a little bit of air in here to give it some shape, and then we'll lube it up. You can use baby powder, or I like to use Tusk First Line Gloss Coat. Douse the tube in this. So I also like to put a little bit on the inside of the tire. The one thing you do want to be careful of is not getting it anywhere that the tire contacts the rim. Next is we're going to use our Yamaha tire mount lubricant, and we're going to go ahead and lube up the bead of the tire. The new tire we're putting on is the Tusk Waypoint Adventure tire, and it does have an indicator of where we want to put our valve stem when we put our tube in. And then this is not a directional tire, so we're good to go ahead and just spoon it on as it is. So I like to just kind of push it on a little bit, and then I have my rim protectors where I'm going to plan on finishing. Once it gets to about 1/8 of the tire left, I'll actually lift up on the bead from the underneath just to give some wiggle room for the iron, and then just pop it on. And then we're gonna stuff in our tube. All right, we're gonna use our Tusk bead lifter tool to go ahead and move the bead out of the way so we can get our hand in here and stick the valve stem through. All right, now I like to put the valve stem nut on, and I'll thread it on about halfway, maybe a little more than halfway. Now I'm gonna grab my bead tool, and this is actually gonna be too short to hook this onto the spoke, but it's actually gonna rest here on this face here. So I'm gonna start here just to the right of the valve stem, and I'm gonna work clockwise. If the valve stem is 6 o'clock, I wanna finish right around 3, 4 o'clock on the rim. And at this point, you want to really watch and make sure that the tire goes into the drop center. If you do notice that it's not going down, you can use one of the irons and push it down like this. The next step is setting the bead. So one thing to note, you're going to want to make sure you check the max load PSI for the tire you're installing, just to make sure that you don't exceed that and have the tire blow up. It's a safety concern. So one thing I do like to use is a digital tire inflator, just to help me make sure that I'm safe and I'm not exceeding that. All right, now is the time for us to go ahead and balance the wheel. Today we're going to be using some tire sealant and balancer, but you can go ahead and use whatever preferred method you would like to use. And then we're gonna set this to the OEM spec, which is for up to 176 pound rider is 18 PSI. All right, I'm gonna back the nut up against the valve stem cap. All right, now we put in our wheel spacer, and then our drum. Then you wanna make sure that the drum is going in that groove. We'll put our chain back on. Then we'll put in our axle. And I just lift up on the tire while I'm doing this. And then put on our adjuster, washer, and nut. Now we're gonna put on our drum brake line. Now we're gonna set our chain tension. So pick a central spot on the swing arm, and we're looking for 30 to 40 millimeters of chain slack. Now it's time to torque our axle. So to help keep everything tight and our adjusters from moving, I'm just gonna put a shop rag in between the chain and the sprocket and roll it back just to add some pressure. All right, now we're gonna use our torque wrench and torque the axle to 64 foot-pounds. You also wanna make sure that you hold the sprocket side of the axle with a 19 end wrench. All right, now that's torqued, you just wanna go and double check, make sure that your adjusters didn't move at all, and we're good to go ahead and adjust the brake. So we're looking for 20 to 30 millimeters of free play. All right, guys, that's how you change a rear tire on a TW200. Head over to our website for a full line of parts and accessories. Thanks for watching.